So, yeah, this is kind of off the cuff. This is my, just to put it out there, this is my higher level character. His level is, I believe, 220. Nope, sorry about that. Yeah, 220. Those are my stats. That's my insight right now. Those are, if you want to pause it, go for it. This is my, just in general, I'm using Ludwig's Holy Blade and one of the DLC weapons that I will cover when I do the DLC stuff, and learn more about this thing in a future video, stream, something like that. But I used this, and this is, for all intents and purposes, the end of the, quote-unquote DLC, the Old Hunters. And I'm going to do a playthrough of this on my playthrough character. And we'll talk about this stage and this fight, if I can do it in that playthrough, and what this little black thing is. We'll talk about all of it. But I kind of want to just touch on something that I think a lot of people are going to miss because of this fight. So, everybody knows that this is the, well, and again, we'll talk about this, and I haven't been back through here, so I don't know if these guys are hostile. They're not. So you come down through here, like right there. Like, there's the doorway. There's an elevator over there. You come down here, and this right here is the Orphan of Kos fight. This is the boss fight. So, I think a lot of people are going to miss this just aspect of the boss fight. So you're told, it's kind of a not a misnomer, but like a thing in all the Souls games. Like it's a repeated motif that stay away from water in general. Well, this stage, you'd assume like maybe it cuts off like toward the rocks and it's a drop off and it's an instant death. Well, I played 95%, if not the entire fight, on this chunk of dirt, this shoreline. I'm going to show you something that I'm sure, and that, obviously this guy over here didn't miss that, but unfortunately he died. This stage goes all the way out here. And if I die, I die. I found a bounding box. So you can actually get really, really far. This stage is enormous. And I think a lot of people are going to, at least at their first playthrough of this, maybe not the first fight itself, because this boss is tough. I'm just warning everybody who's in the sound of my voice, this boss fight is one of the hardest in Bloodborne. I spent literally hours fighting this thing. But the one thing I kind of wanted to highlight before I actually went through it again on my other character and talked about this DLC is that this boss fight room is not just the shoreline, or a little bit out. This boss fight room is absolutely massive. So if you do need to run around, all of this water, from what I can see, up until this bounding box, all of it's safe. This invisible wall here. And actually, bounding boxes are actually for NPCs and enemies. It's where they hit and then they have to go back because their AI can't function. I believe that's what a bounding box is. But this invisible wall, this boundary, this stage is actually very large, and you can actually get really far out here. Like I said, a few people out here are dying because they were just, I assume, just trying to run away. Oh, this is a message. Remember Cosmos? Yeah, because you can see the nightmare. But have audience with pity. Yeah, you guys will understand why that is amusing if you do this fight. But yeah, this boss fight room is massive. Much, much bigger than I thought. And of course, I figured this out while just kind of running around thinking about this boss fight, reading some stuff on Reddit about the lore that's been kind of uncovered so far. But yeah, this boss fight room, big. So use the space, because this is in the middle, more or less. I mean, that message out there. Let me turn the lantern off real quick, and I think I had it's down here, the monocular. So I just want to kind of show this off. That message is basically where the wall is. So this boss fight room, like I said, is very large. So it's definitely worth saying that this big thing, which I will talk about what this is, what I'm walking on, and its importance in the fight when I go through my own playthrough and start talking about lore and the things I've noticed, is a little bit off center of the middle of the room for a reason. So there's one particular attack that comes kind of out of this body. I haven't tested it, but I assume running to that door, the doorway, like where the fog wall would be, protects you. I assume running straight out that way would also save you from this seemingly unmitigatable damage that this thing causes. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to show that off, because it was like, I legitimately had so many questions, because it was like, I wonder if it's a Dark Souls thing, like you could just walk out into the water and die, and I was expecting to die and pop up back at that lamp right there, and I didn't. I found an invisible wall. So this boss fight room, use it. You're gonna need it. You've got space. There is no shortage of space in this room. Unless you go side to side, like from this wall over to this wall right here. Unless you go side to side, there is like a huge amount of space. So yeah, I'll probably do a couple more of these little things. I might do a little highlight reel of the weapons and stuff, because I just got the second to last piece of gear I need to show off everything in the DLC, and this character can fortunately use all of it. My other character will not be able to use everything, so I'll show off everything on this character. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show that off. Let me turn my head back on, because it looks funky to me. But yeah, I wanted to show that off, because it's so strange. It's so strange that this boss fight room is ginormous. But long ways and not horizontally. Or, well, I guess I'm taking from this wall to this wall horizontally. But yeah, this boss fight room is huge. Use your space, people. And anybody who's trying to look up how to fight this thing, try and heed my words. Keep moving. Don't stop moving. And just keep practicing. Don't get too frustrated. It's gonna be okay. You'll kick his ass. It's alright. Just breathe. That's what I did. And I kicked his ass. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bug out. But I will be back with that after I get everything. The last thing I need to... It's actually a rune that I need to get. But I will be back with a comprehensive kind of testing of all the DLC weapons. And runes and guns and all that stuff. I am going to do one of those. So, yeah. I hope someone somewhere finds this helpful, because this boss is, especially early on in this DLC, this boss, or in the life of this DLC, I should say, this boss is a pain. So, yeah. Yeah, be sure to, if this helped you, like, comment, and if you knew that, go ahead and dislike it, or comment, tell me if you already knew that. Obviously, some people know that, because they're sending messages out there, so that's a good thing. But from here, if, I didn't ping that message, you probably wouldn't be able to see it. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you liked it. I stream all the time on YouTube. But yeah, good luck against this fight. Against this boss in particular. It is a pain. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.